Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Donovan's Daily Dose. I'm your favorite APUSH history teacher, Mr. Donovan, and today we're going to dive into the Gilded Age and more specifically political parties in the Gilded Age. So let's start with a little bit of background. That word gilded is important here because it represents a thin layer of gold. And the idea of calling this the Gilded Age goes all the way back to Mark Twain's book. It's called The Gilded Age of Tale of Today. And he uses this to describe how America looks golden on the outside. There's new industry emerging. There's a huge rise in big corporations and business. But also underneath, there's some corruption and some rot and some negative things going on. Like there's a huge disparity between the extremely rich and poor. There's violent labor strikes and protests going on. All of these help to define the Gilded Age. Now, within this Gilded Age, there's important political parties that help to address some of these issues. Let's start with Republicans first. At this time, Republicans are still known as the Party of Lincoln. During the Reconstruction era, so 1865 to 1877, they are helping to fight for black equality with new constitutional amendments like the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. Some of our most radical Republicans include people like Thaddeus Stevens. And these ideologies continue to exist in the late 1800s during the Gilded Age. And what you'll find is that Republicans are predominantly Northerners. They're predominantly African-American men. And they support big business and industry. And one of the big defining ideas or platforms, if you will, of the Republican Party is a protective tariff. Now, a tariff or an import duty is a tax on an imported good, a good coming in from another country. And the theory goes is that if you increase tariffs or import duties, it'll make foreign goods more expensive. And if you make foreign goods more expensive, people are more likely to buy domestic or goods made in the USA. So at this time, there's newly emerging industries, and these Republicans are trying to protect them from European competition. Then we have the Democrats. The Democrats at this time are still predominantly Southerners, going all the way back to the time of Jefferson and Jackson. They believe that power should be vested in local and state governments more so than the national government. They are made up a lot of Irish and German immigrants, especially in urban areas where they use political machines. Now, if you don't know much about political machines, scan that QR code right there. I got a video on political machines that'll help you to understand this more in context. Now, Democrats predominantly oppose the tariff. They relied a lot on industrialized and manufactured goods from other countries, so they don't want trade with foreign countries to decrease. And then last but not least, we have the Populist Party. So this third-party movement is a product of the Gilded Age and the unregulated capitalism that is taking place. So we start to see it bust onto the national scene in the 1890s. It is going to be popular in the Midwest and the American South. And the context of it is that farmers are facing a lot of difficulties in America at this time. We have the mechanization of farming, which drives prices down thanks to things like the McCormick Reaper, which will come out in the mid-1800s. We have railroad trusts, aka monopolies, driving up prices to ship goods across the country. And a lot of farmers are having difficulty paying off loans. So now, what are their goals? Their goals are to have government play a more active role in regulating the economy. This looks like railroad regulation. To ensure that companies do not price gouge individual farmers who are trying to ship their goods to market. We also see them want a platform known as free silver. And this will be further solidified thanks to the candidacy for president by William Jennings Bryan. He's going to be the populist nominee in 1896. And populists want free silver, meaning they want to coin silver along with gold in order to support paper currency, because this would cause inflation, it would decrease the value of paper currency, and it would allow farmers to pay off their loans more easily. Now, to learn more about that, you can check out the Cross of Gold speech. I'll link that here. This is William Jennings Bryan's one of his most famous speeches as a populist that helps you to understand the free silver platform a little bit more. And one of the reasons why the Populist Party is so important is because it'll set the foundation for the progressive movement and the Progressive Party of the early 1900s. So there are the three big political parties of the Gilded Age. Make sure you like and subscribe, check out my other videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.